You know the first major villain in the whole series? The one who had kits with 2 different she-cats and then wreaked havoc across the forest? If you don't know him, read a book, specifically Into the Wild, where he is introduced as Tiger Claw. If you're looking for a deep dive on him, sorry, no. But we can summarize his life. Spoilers for Into the Wild all the way to The Last Hope, Tiger Claw's Fury, Bluestar's Prophecy, Redtail's Debt, and more follow. Tigerstar originally lived in ThunderClan. He was a kit born to Pinestar and Leopardfoot, and the only surviving kit of his litter. His father, Pinestar, however, shortly left ThunderClan to live out his last life as a soft kitty pet. Tigerstar was taunted for this, with many other kits making fun of him for his father's decisions. To make matters worse, Sunstar apprenticed Tiger Kit under the fierce and cruel Thistleclaw. His mentor taught him not only how to hunt and fight, but also rubbed off his cruel and inconsiderate ways on Tiger Paw. Tiger Claw became a big-headed warrior with even bigger ambitions and saved Redtail, who was Redpaw at the time, from getting carried off by a hawk. He playfully told the apprentice that Redpaw owed Tiger Claw his life. Later, Redtail became deputy of ThunderClan, and shortly after a battle for Sunning Rocks with RiverClan, Tiger Claw killed Redtail and was disappointed when Bluestar chose her deputy to be Lionheart instead of him. He watched Lionheart's death during the battle with ShadowClan, and finally his ambitions were rewarded by Bluestar making him deputy. Tiger Claw got exiled when his true intentions were revealed, and he became ShadowClan's leader instead. He invited Scourge in the forest to help him take revenge on ThunderClan, but Scourge killed him instead. After that, he trained cats in the dark forest to help him take down all the clans once and for all. However, his plan was thwarted when he was killed during the battle. Alright. That was the recap of his life. Now let's move on to what if Tigerstar was never born. First of all, we must discuss our boy Ravenpaw. He only left because of the threat Tiger Claw imposed, so he would have become a warrior and lived the rest of his life in ThunderClan. But it also would be disappointing because no Barley X Ravenpaw. Then we must talk about Redtail. Redtail would still be alive and thriving, and since we don't really know what his death would be at that point, I like to believe he would have become leader and given Lionheart his chance to shine as deputy. However, the last part likely wouldn't have occurred because Tiger Claw and Fireheart were the only two in the whole battle to notice Lionheart dying, and Tiger Claw wanted him to die whilst Fireheart was stuck under a ShadowClan warrior and wasn't able to help. Next, Scourge would never have come to the forest, and Whitestorm would have survived. This is cool. Whitestorm wasn't very important to the plot, though. Sorry, pal. Next, Bramblestar and Honeypelt wouldn't have existed, and neither would Mothwing or Hawkfrost. This is sad because I love Mothpool, but Squilf and Bramble were not in the best relationship whatsoever, and the only thing I'll miss that we gained from that relationship are Alderheart and Sparkpelt. Next, StarClan would have to choose a different cat to make the quest to the Sundrown place on behalf of ThunderClan, which isn't a super big deal, but still unfortunate because that would be more work for them. And finally, Bluestar wouldn't die. This is good because she was a great leader, and I always thought she deserved more time, so here it is. Thank you all so much for watching this video. It really means the world that you all support me. If you like this, be sure to like and subscribe, as well as turn on notifications. It helps me out a lot, and you'll never miss another one of my videos. And I'll catch you in the next one.